What's up, guys? Finally got a good result, satisfactory, what I would call satisfactory from the Wicked Edge. I rigged up some, I just sharpened from 100 to 1000 grit, and then I used some painter's tape and stuck two little strips of 2000 grit sandpaper to the stones. So I got kind of a pseudo mirror polish. So that gave me an extra little bit of sharpness, but I think I figured out the problem I was having before. Go ahead and show the mirror. I mean, it's not great. It's nowhere near what it'll be when I actually have the ceramic stones for the Wicked Edge and other stuff, but it's still pretty good. I mean, that's something good to reflect off of. Here we go. It's a fairly pretty edge. If I can actually get it to, there we go. See, that's not bad. Not bad at all for being kind of a jerry-rigged kind of thing. This side isn't as good, and I can only speculate it's because I was using already used sandpaper, so this little patch that I got and used on this side must have been a little bit more worn out. But fairly good mirror. And it's actually sharp this time, which is good. Well, it was before I messed with it. There it goes. It's a fairly obtuse edge, so it's sharp, cuts cleanly. It's still not at the level that I call truly sharp, but it is getting there. It's definitely getting there. I mean, it'll slice paper. I don't feel any imperfections in the edge. I'll go ahead and show the edge in detail. I think what I was doing is I set the bevel using up and down strokes. So I'm sitting here and the knife is clamped and I'm using up and down strokes on the 100 grit stone. I must be using a different sort of pressure with my hand when I'm doing the up and down strokes, because using the up and down strokes I can set the bevel, and then subsequently when I use just up and away strokes, meaning I hit the stone to the edge and I go out and then I bring it back and do the same thing. Those kind of strokes don't hit the full bevel that I set with up and down strokes. So somewhere in between, I'm changing the way I hold the stone and the way I do the stroke, and it makes the stone not hit the apex of the edge right here and right here. So what I had to do was set the bevel with the 100 grit stones using up and down motions. Then I went to the 200 grit and completely pretty much reset the bevel using up and away strokes, and that took a while, and I know it took off more material than was completely necessary. So I don't want to do that with every knife. I'm going to have to figure out where the change is happening, and I'm going to have to correct that. But I'm happy with this result. It's not perfect. It's definitely not the sharpest knife that I have. Definitely not the sharpest edge I can get, but it's getting there, and that means I'm showing improvement. So that's good. That's definitely good. Let's see if I can show. Don't know if I can get this on camera or not. I don't think that'll work. There's no possible way I could hold that steady. I can try though. The tip, there you go. That's the spot. You see how there's some really coarse grind lines left at the very apex of the edge. That's what was happening along the whole edge before I realized what was happening. See that acute tip? That is a laser sharp tip. It is so super needle sharp. It's amazing. But that's what's happening still at the tip. Don't quite know how to fix that just yet. So if anybody could fill me in on that, I would greatly appreciate it. But you can see that it's still pretty coarse at the very apex, even though the rest of the bevel is polished to 2000 grit. But back here, it's 2000 grit all the way to the apex. As you can see, that's a nice, clean, very clean edge. So, anyway, let me know if you know what I'm doing wrong.